Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon by talking about the movies, their shows, I don't know, what have you. So today I figured I'd talk about another documentary, which actually haven't reviewed in a while. I haven't not talked about documentary in a good hot minute. So for this one, it's called Shark Beach, and this is hosted by the same dude who played Thor in the Adventure movies. So Chris Hemsworth, the actor, he pretty much hosts this special that pretty much explores the tricky relationship between humans and sharks. So yeah, he does this special kind of thing that explores this kind of a thing with these sharks and whatnot, and it pretty much centers around that. Yes, of course, it's it's pretty crazy. It's pretty wild. And of course, there's gonna be lots of misconceptions about sharks, of course. And this basically is trying to get into some ideas um, of what these creatures are, of course, and what how they live, of course. And of course, you would talk to people and get some information on how to pretty much get us from as much information as possible, which of course is displayed in this documentary. So, of course, he's supposed to give you some ideas on how these individuals would explore this kind of thing, how this animals will live in own habitat, of course. And you can tell the people who are behind this project were pretty much very passionate about uh, this whole thing with the sharks, of course, which is fine, obviously. So he pretty much wants to get as much information as possible. So that's basically the idea here when it comes to this kinds of stuff, of course. And I can say that they did a pretty good job with this documentary. If you like documentaries and if you like animals, specifically sharks, then I would definitely give this recommendation. And yes, I actually saw this on Disney Plus, by the way. So I never actually purchased a physical copy of this. So this is on Disney Plus. So if you have Disney Plus or planning to get Disney Plus, then I would definitely recommend this because at the end of the day, I thought that was actually pretty decent. I thought it was pretty well made, and I just thought I'd talk about some animal themed stuff. Of course, talking about animal themed stuff is not something I'm always doing anyway. So I just figured I can use this as an excuse to talk about something that's animal related. And yes, I'm okay, it's technically centered around sharks, sure, but anyway, the idea here is that, of course, going to have to get into this whole idea with, sharks are scary, sharks eat people and whatnot, of course. But yes, I know we see movies like the Jaws movies and any other similar movies to the Jaws and all that. And of course, gives you time to paint the picture of how sharks are meant to be like a certain uh, oppression, I guess. People are not oppression of the sharks, actual sharks in a certain way, of course. In this movie, however, it sort of show like maybe there's a different side of them, maybe I guess. And I mean, I've seen other documentaries doing pretty much the same thing, of course. Trying to look at it from a different perspective when it comes to these animals, of course. Trying to show how maybe there's more to it than just what you see in movies and whatnot. And okay, that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad idea, really, folks. Of course, and they're trying to show you how these animals are, and that's fine. I don't mind that. I think that's a good thing, really, actually. So, if this sounds like something you don't mind watching, then I would definitely give this a recommendation. I mean, personally speaking, I know I said this before. I don't care for documentaries, but I just wanted to talk about documentaries, that would get into various subject matters because I just don't want to. I guess how do I say this? How do I say this? Like think of it like a variety hour. Just talk about different stuff. Make sure what I'm saying it could be somewhat of interest. I guess you can say, folks. And that's the thing, though. I don't want. I just didn't want to just stick with one thing all the time. I guess. And it is on Disney Channel, so I guess it's related to Disney in one way or another. And that's the thing. If I want to talk about Disney stuff, doing my Disney movie marathon, of course I want to talk about Disney stuff if it's related to Disney in some shape or form, of course I want to talk about it. So in that sense, this documentary is on their streaming services. That's good enough for me. I don't know if they direct. I don't think they directed it. That won't surprise me though. I mean, that thing that's the thing. Chris Hemsworth, the actor who played Thor. I mean, he was in a bunch of movies. Just because he was in a certain movie doesn't mean that Disney was behind it. But point being, I'm not sure. I don't know if they were behind this movie exactly. But whatever the case is, like I said, it's on their platform. That's that's good enough for me, folks. That's good enough for me. So that's what I talk about, of course. And yeah, let me just wrap things up because trying to make these some of these reviews short. But that's the thing, folks. This is definitely worth a watch. It's not bad. At least I don't think so. Gotta have my cup of Joe. I always have to have my cup of Joe. Oh yeah. But yeah, I guess just to wrap it up is that this is definitely a pretty good watch here, folks. It's not my cup of tea, like I was saying earlier, but still, I just figured I'd just talk about this, just to have some sort of discussion here about Disney. Sharks too, of course. But yeah, I never claimed to be like an expert in in sea life in any shape or form because I'm really not. No, but I want to talk about movies here. Of course, that's what I do on this channel. I talk about movies. It's what I do. I like to talk about movies. So anyway, and that's what I'm gonna do. That's basically the whole idea behind this channel. Just talk about a variety of different movies, of course. So anyway, like I said, I would recommend this. Give this a shot. If you haven't checked it out yourself, I recommend it. Anyway, I'll give this one a Nova rating of a 7.1 out of 10. It gets a 7.1 out of 10 for me. And of course, as always, thanks for watching and take care. Till next time. See ya. Oh yeah, later.